What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Toys, Noise, and Action Figures. I'm your host, Regg, Henny. I want to thank you for tuning in today. Real quick, I want to send a special shout out to a new subscriber, a new friend of mine by the name of Dracula Ompong. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's spelled DRAKULAOMPONG. Dracula Ompong. Again, I'm hoping I got the pronunciation within the ballpark somewhere. But he had a great idea for me to actually, based on the last video where I actually reviewed the quarter scale NECA Spider-Man Homecoming figure. I had listed about the other 12 figures that I had also from NECA that are quarter scale figures. And the suggestion was do a video where I'm actually showing all of the NECA figures that I own. It was going to be a bit problematic as far as trying to fit them all on the table and move them out of the areas where they're displayed. So welcome to the toy store, my studio where I actually film all of the reviews on my office. So I'm going to get a chance to peek at that a little bit, but I'm also going to make sure and show those quarter scale NECA figures that Dracula Ompong had suggested. I thought it was a great idea. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. First off, we have the Deadpool quarter scale figure from NECA. This came out, I believe, in 2016 sometime. I made sure and pre-ordered that off of BBTS, BigBadToyStore.com. Love shopping with those guys. And that's a pretty cool figure. Again, I have my issues with NECA's points of articulations, particularly in their upper thigh. That ratchet joint right there tends to be a deal breaker. No pun intended. Again, I had an issue with my 1989 Batman figure. So anyway, that's the Deadpool figure right there that I got displayed on top of my Detolf cabinet. Next up, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. This is the one that I reviewed this past week. The Tom Holland Spider-Man from 2017 Spider-Man Homecoming movie. Like the figure a lot. Again, tight ratchety joints on the upper thigh, leg area. But not a deal breaker. Like that figure a lot. Right on the other side of the desk is his mentor. And one of the leaders of the Avengers, Tony Stark. That's the Mark 43 armor. I like that figure a lot. Mainly because I know it's got the light up feature in the eyes, repulsor blast hands, and in the chest right there. It's a really cool figure too. Up next, Mr. Henry Cavill himself, Man of Steel. That is the Man of Steel figure from 2013. I don't know if NECA put that out. That's the quarter scale figure right there. Displays well. Real heavy figure too. The figure is very, very heavy. If I had to guess, I'd say it was about, I don't know, almost 3 pounds it seems like. Okay. Next up, we have Affleck. Ben Affleck, Batman from the Batman vs. Superman movie. Impressive. This armor right here, that's, again, with NECA, you got the, joint issues, but then you also get the great sculpt, great paint. It's a good likeness of Ben Affleck right there. And I actually thought he was a pretty good Batman. In my own personal opinion, my humble opinion, he was a pretty good Batman. Christian Bale was a better Bruce Wayne, but I believe he was a better Batman. Moving on. Speaking of Batmans, Adam West, NECA quarter scale figure. The infamous Michael Keaton, NECA quarter scale figure. And that's where I got it hot glued. I had to hot glue the leg back on. That was a suggestion from NECA themselves, customer service, quote unquote customer service. They suggested that I just hot glue the leg back on. Find the pose I like, hot glue it back on. That's what you definitely want to do when you spend over $100 for a figure. Next up, Christian Bale, quarter scale, Batman Begins, aka the first, 20 minutes of Dark Knight movie. Then there's the Arkham Origins, Arkham something. I can't remember. Arkham Origins, I believe. Quarter scale figure. Really good. I like the sculpt on this one a lot. Probably out of all the NECA figures that I own, that's the one that I like the sculpt on the best. That armor is excellent. Great head sculpt on that too. Great paint, all of it. It's one of my favorite NECA figures. Christian Bale, pretty good figure too. All right, moving right along. Got my good buddies. 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle the movie. Donatello. Michelangelo and a slice of pizza. Nice accessory. Leonardo the leader, and the rebel himself, Raphael. I like the way these four came out. I eagerly anticipated them and couldn't wait for each of them to be released. I pre-ordered each of them on Big Bad Toy Store. I think only one of them I ended up picking up at the Toys R Us. But it might have been that Donatello right there. Yeah, so there you have it. There you have it. My collection of NECA quarter scale figures. Brought to you by one of the new subscribers. Again, shout out. Thank you very much for making a suggestion. Thought it was a really good idea. Anyway, stay tuned. The next review, we're going to be reviewing the Dora Milaje from the Marvel Legends 6-inch Black Panther line, the upcoming movie, February 16th. This coming Thursday. I can't wait to see it. Thursday night, my wife and I are going to go see it. We got the pre-sale tickets already on lock. But again, the next review that's coming up is going to be the Okoye and the NECA figures for the Dora Milaje. I'm going to be showing off the 6-inch Marvel Legends figures. Stay tuned for that. Thank you for tuning in to Toys, Noise, and Action Figures. As always, be good to yourself. Be good to other people. Show empathy. Open your toys. Have fun. You work hard. Peace. I'm thinking of how NECA can make the ratchety broken joint situation right for me.